Uh-oh. My bad, you guys. I am so sorry. I am going to tag some people that were in the video. Tiffany, welcome back. I am so sorry, you guys. Faye, welcome back. Thank you. I do apologize. I'm trying to tag a few people that I saw that were on there. Yes, and back, Tiffany. That was all on me, you guys. And I apologize. I am so very sorry. I placed my cards and my cloth on top of my keyboard. And a lot of times you'll see me moving my hands around like I'm messing with my computer. And I will hit the end button a lot of times by mistake, and I usually stop it before it ends, and this time I hit end video. So my apologies. I do not mean to do that. Thank you all for coming back. Okay, so we were moving on to phase reading. I'm actually putting my cards next to me, so if I kind of turn away from the camera, I'm not being rude, I promise. That's where I'm putting the cards, because I do not want to have that happen again. Adriana, thank you for coming right back. I hate when I do that. And again, like I said, this is all on me, and I do apologize. But Audrey, I'm so proud of you, sweet girl. You are awesome for doing this and following your dream. And I'm excited for what lies ahead for you. Like I said, these are one card pulls or one question pulls. And if anyone would like a more in-depth reading, or if you feel so inclined to tip, the information is in the description underneath my name next to the video. There is also a link there. Hi, Kitty. Welcome back. Hi, Tara. I was just explaining to everybody I ended the last video by mistake, and I am so sorry. But I'm getting to going down the list and getting to everyone that said they wanted a card pulled. These readings are free. Audrey. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Bless you, sweetie. Thank you. You wouldn't have thought that if you'd been around me today, earlier. I've been on steroids for my back, the inflammation. And I try and go as all natural as possible, but everything I was doing was not working. So they put me on steroids. And I learned last night, do not take them at night, because steroids make me very mean. The steroid monster comes out. And so this morning I was, and it put me in a foul mood. I don't like being in a foul mood. I don't. I'm a firm believer that like energy attracts like energy. So if you put forth what you want to get back, you're not going to get it from everybody, but chances are you'll get it from a lot, and you'll get what you need. So, but that's very nice of you. Thank you, George. Bless you, sweetheart. And I've got your name here on the list too, okay? So I didn't forget you all. I'm going to get to you too. But if anyone would like a private reading that goes much more in depth, and I'm telling you these can go very in depth, then message me or comment on this video, hey, I'd like a private reading. And I actually have one opening tonight after the video. And then I have a couple more this week that I will do in between work and school. And Adriana, you were asking about the job, where you're going to get the job at Bojangles, correct? Thank you, Aaron. I am feeling better. I am feeling a little bit better. I can tell that they're doing the job, and they put me on a stronger muscle relaxer. So it's actually helping me sleep at night. That's wonderful. It's been a while since I've really slept good all through the night. But my brain's like this 24/7, so it's kind of hard anyway to wind down. Okay, Bug, I'll get to you too, sweetie. And for those that don't know, you'll hear me say Bug. That's Adriana. That's my daughter. She's back home in South Carolina. I moved up to Delaware back in August. But she's still there. So she's my little buggy boo. Okay, Faye, I'm shuffling now for you, getting a good feel. And when I get quiet when I'm shuffling the cards, it's just that I'm feeling the energy during those lulls too, if you don't mind. Click like. Click love. It doesn't matter as long as it's positive. And if you want to share the video, that's fine. And I encourage talking and chatting with each other. So definitely Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. I feel pretty good now about this. And I am pulling from Miss Faye. And Tiffany, was it Tiffany that wanted to know about a message from a grandparent? I want to just make sure. Because those don't necessarily come from this set. I do it a different way, and I have no problem with doing that either. I can't promise that anything will come through, but I'll try. But was it Tiffany or was it Faye that wanted to know about the grandparent? I want to make sure. So I'm pulling from the right deck. I got flustered when the video ended. I thought, I don't want to leave everybody hanging and waiting. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card, though, for Miss Faye. Ooh, there's some warmth right there. That's what I'm looking for. Faye, I've got 3 cards that came out for you. And I'm going to show you the way that they came out, the order that they came out, okay? Okay, Tiffany. I'll do that. No problem, George. You just let me know, okay? Now, the first card that came out for you, Faye, is our sacrifice card, okay? If you felt like you've been sacrificing a lot lately, this is what this means. It means it's become very, very relevant in your life. It's become sort of a theme that you're sacrificing. Be very careful about sacrificing too much. Rebecca, I have no problem with that, dear. I'll get to you too. I love this interaction, you guys. So Faye, be very careful on sacrificing, okay? The next card we have is Our Lady card, and she's all about nurturing. So we've been sacrificing, we've been giving up a part of ourselves for other people. Now's the time to nurture self, okay? See that one? It's the Lady. It's all about doing what you need to do for self right now, okay? So be careful, all right? We want to stop sacrificing and we want to start nurturing. If you haven't been sacrificing, then those feelings could come up. Maybe it's something you've been wanting to do that you have sacrificed, or putting off. That's sacrificing. If you really want to do it and you're putting it off, that's sacrificing what you want, okay? The other 2 cards, because there was 4, I'm sorry. The other 2 cards that came up, we have one is our success card, our 6 of Wands. No, George, it's just what comes out while I'm pulling. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's more. It's 1 question pretty much per person. But this is our success, okay? Faye, this is all about passion, drive, desire, motivation, determination, and transformation, all right? So this is success in those areas. And then the next card that we have is our 4 of Wands, and is our development of something that we are passionate about. If there's a new project that you've been wanting to do, all of these cards add up to don't sacrifice it anymore. Start nurturing it. You'll get success as it develops. Okay? I hope that helps. Hi, Greg. Hey, Adrienne. George, yeah, it's 1 question that you can ask. I typically pull 1 card, but you never know what comes out. If I really feel drawn to more than 1, I'll pull 1. That one, I thought there was 3 till I started laying them out, and there was actually 4 there. It happens from time to time, not on every question or every person, but it does happen. And then if you don't have a question, if you just want a card pulled, say, hey, I'd like something pulled for me, and I'll pull. So, yeah. Okay. And if I talk too fast and I get confusing, please tell me. Sometimes I talk in circles when I get so excited about something, and I'm very passionate about reading and answering people's questions. So yeah, it's the ADDOS. It's the 88, the ADD, ooh, shiny. That's what happens to me. But I promise you, my readings, you have my full attention. That's why they are so in depth, and we go deep, and we try and get you direction, and we try and get you on the path that you need to be on. Sometimes it's nothing more than confirmation. Okay? Now, next person up is Miss Tiffany. And you want to know if the appointment you booked on February 1st will be gentle and healing. Well, thank you, George. Yes. No, right here. Okay. I'm all about animal magic too. And my dog lays beside me all the time, Emma. I don't know if you all have ever seen her. Some of y'all have. But she's my service dog. And so she's always beside me. And she's just teeny tiny. I call her Tiny Dog for short. And I put the cover over her since I'm going to the side and there's not as much room. And I just covered her up with one of the ends of the cloth. And she was not happy about it. Okay. Let's see. Let me see, Tiffany, what I'm getting. And you'll see me do this, and what I do is I shuffle the cards till I feel like they're shuffled where they should be. That I've mixed up the energy enough from the previous questions. And then I spread them out next to me, and I run my hand over it. And wherever I feel a tingle, a pull, or a warm sensation, that's where I pull from. And if I don't get anything, I'm very quick to tell you I'm not getting anything. That's only happened once or twice. I keep going back to this area. Tiffany, I'm curious about this appointment without going into too much detail. Gentle and healing. We've got the abundance card. Okay, so it's Ace of Discs. And our discs rule grounding and stability, finances, and knowledge. Okay, so this is saying, yeah, you'll have an abundance in that area. Okay, but the other card that come up with it, it's shamanic healing. Okay, be careful that you don't expect more than what you could get, or that you don't talk yourself out of it either, okay? Because we've got our disillusion card, and this is our Ten of Swords. This is ruled by air. Air rules our thoughts and our communications, okay? So air will rule your thought process. Does that make sense? All right, Ashley, I'm going to put you on the list, darling. I just have a few people ahead of you. I'm glad to see you found me here and joined in. Have you been thinking about canceling this appointment, Tiffany? Okay. That's understandable then. George, I need to touch base on George because as soon as I thought of George, this jumped out. It is a water card, which rules are, yeah, we can, Jen. We'll get to that too. You may have to remind me when I call your name about it, okay? But George, when I was thinking of you as I started to shuffle the cards as I was talking to Tiffany, in which I'm getting right back to you, Tiffany, but I want to go ahead and take care of this for George too since it jumped out. It is ruled by water, and water rules our emotions, and it rules our intuition, and you have your Ace or your Ten of Cups. And you see what that is? It is reward. Okay? So you will be rewarded emotionally in the coming weeks, and you're probably looking at about probably the next 2 to 6 months this is going to happen, okay? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude drinking. I just have to do that, or I get kind of hoarse and sound like I'm 90 years old. Okay, Tiffany, ask questions. Whoever is going to do this healing on you, you should be able to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm not really sure what to expect. I do not want to cancel it because I need this, but I need to know exactly what we're doing to make sure. Okay? And if they say, well, you just have to come and experience, listen to your gut. Not head and heart. Head and heart get us in trouble all the time. Gut feelings are what are self-serving. Okay? So listen to your gut. Hi, Julie. So I hope that helps a little bit. But ask questions, okay? If they're very guarded and don't want to answer, I get that you can be guarded on your process. Now, I'm an open book about how I do mine. But not everyone is, and that's okay, because sometimes the process will differ from person to person. But if they aren't willing to tell you anything on what to expect, then you might want to be careful, okay? Sorry. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, because the first card was good. The second one, though, that's what I'm concerned about, and that's the thought process. I think it's more of you're going to end up trying to talk yourself out of it because of the fear of what the fear of the unknown of what's going to happen. So check with them, okay? Just reach out to them. How are you doing, Julie? So, George, you've got emotional reward coming your way in the next 2 to 6 months. The card itself, not the design, but the card itself dictates 10 weeks. 10 weeks, 10 months. Okay? 10 months. I am sorry, George. It is not 6 to 10 weeks. I do believe it's months. Then you look at the element around it, and sometimes that clues me in on a time frame. Okay? And for me, water is winter. So you're probably going to be looking sometime around November, December that you are truly happy with who you're with. Okay? So I do apologize for that misstep at first, but I really felt in my gut as I was explaining it, nah, it's not 10 weeks, it's 10 months. I'm doing better, Julie. Thank you very much for asking. Like I said, if anyone wants to schedule a private reading that goes more in depth, you let me know and I'll get you in, okay? All of these readings are free. If you feel so inclined to tip, you can look in the description of this video, and there's different ways that or different payments that I accept. And when we do readings, I accept those. I use PayPal, Facebook Pay, Cash App, Payoneer for my European friends, and what else is it? Facebook Pay, PayPal, Cash App, Chime. That's it. I use Chime also. And I'm looking into Venmo. I'm just not sure about fees and stuff on that. I don't know. I've never used it before. But yeah. And people say, well, I want to tip, but I don't know how much to tip. Whatever. Every dollar counts, honestly. I'm moving in a couple of weeks and it will help. So just whatever. But these are really to, one, interact with everyone, and two, to build up my client list. I'm not going to lie. I gave a lot of my clients up when I started taking care of my mother. And thank you, Julie. That's so sweet. And have moved since then. I'm now living in Delaware. So I've lost a lot of my local clients. And I'm just trying to get this out there and let people see what I do. Again, private readings are much more confidential, and you have my undivided attention. And I do 30 minutes for $50 or an hour for $95. And trust me, you will get answers to your questions. Okay? And I don't sugarcoat things. But no matter how or what comes up in the reading, if it may seem bad, okay, like you've got some upheaval coming in your life, it will not come off that bad for the simple reason that I give you the tools on how to deal with it. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay, Bug, my girl, my heart. One, you need to go in there like you got it, okay? Don't go in there afraid. I know you'll be nervous, but don't be nervous. This place is used to people coming in nervous, okay? Just go in there and be confident. Know that this is the first step in your career. It is getting your foot in the door with food. You've done it before. You've worked in a fast food place. And then you can send me some steak biscuits up here because there's only like 1 or 2 Bojangles around. And they're far away from us, so use them witchy powers. Send me a steak biscuit. Okay, Bug. I think I've got the feel. I'm just going to double check. There we go. That's my baby. Adriana, you've got change coming your way. Okay, it's our Knight of Swords. He is brave. He is courageous. He is strong. Change your way of thinking. Stop seeing yourself as unworthy. Stop seeing it as you won't get this. Okay? See it now. Make it manifest. It is yours, my dear. Okay? Second guessing is going to talk you out of it, love. Go in there. Be eager to work. Be self-assertive and assured that you can do this. Be very confident. And let them know what you do not know in fast food, you will quickly learn. Okay? And as you work more, you build up your speed, they'll be pleased for taking that chance to hire you. And let them know that you're going to be a culinary student. Okay? All these things work in your favor, love. Know that. Believe it. Know it. Believe it. Own it. Okay? Get it. Got it good, little girl. If you know of anyone that'd be interested in checking this video out and seeing what I do, please feel free to share or tag them in the comments and see if they want to check it out. Some people are afraid because they've never seen a card reading done and they have all these ideas of what it's like. And, you know, if it's not something, an environment or a technique you're used to, it can come off as kind of intimidating or scary. First of all, nothing is written in stone. All this does is show you a projected path. Okay? You're quite welcome, sweet girl. I love you too. Mwah. Always. You're my heart. Now, free will can change anything that shows up in this card. Okay? And any card reading that I do, it is not set in stone. That's the first thing I want to share if you're not familiar with it. I am a little less maybe mystical than some people will be. I don't have the New Age music playing in the background. I don't have tons of tapestries around. I don't have the incense burning. I don't ring bells. And I'm not saying that stuff doesn't work, you guys. That's the environment that those readers feel comfortable in. This is me, plain and simple. You're going to get exactly who I am. And not saying that that's not who they are. That is a part of who they are, and that is why it works for them. But sometimes that can be a little off-putting if someone doesn't know what to expect. They'll think, well, this is kind of, all too new agey for me. And I do these videos to show you this is how I am, this is how I do it, this is what we do, this is what we talk about. In these videos, you never know what's going to show up in these videos either. It could be a little bit of anything. Especially if it gets slow, we'll still have chit-chats about energy work, and we'll talk about auras and all that other good stuff. That's right, Ashley. Tag them people, girl. And I will tell you, I have a special that when you do book a reading for me, after you have one reading, if you refer 5 people to me that successfully book and complete their appointments, after 5 people, you get a free 30-minute reading. Okay? So it's like getting $10 for every person you tag. So, and you know, if one of your friends or family members ends up scheduling an appointment, tell them, hey, make sure you let Tammy know I sent you. That way I can log it, okay? Hello, Uncle Joe. And I'm going to take just time out. I'm going to get to Rebecca, then Ashley and Jen. But Uncle Joe, please know that my heart is there with you all. Please give Nick my condolences and my love. I was very heartbroken to read what I read this morning. And my thoughts and prayers are with each of you down there, including you, because she was a sister to you. So I'm holding some sacred space for you all down there, okay? Now, I'm going to shuffle real quick, and we're going to get to Rebecca. Miss Rebecca, did you have a question you wanted to ask? Or do you want just a general pull? That was sweet of you, Chris. Thank you. My husband sits here when I do these videos. He's next to me. Sometimes you'll see him jump on. Sometimes he jumps on and just lurks. That's Chris for you. Just a general? Okay. When I was shuffling the cards thinking of you, this is the card that popped out. I didn't even have to run my hands over it. Like it just jumped out. We have our star card. You're finding your way, dear. Whatever's going on in your life right now is leading you to the point that you're supposed to be. This is a beautiful, lovely card. Okay? I love this card. It's one of my favorites. It ranks up there with the World Tree card. I will, Julie. I'll pull your card in just a minute, sweetheart. I need to tag someone very quickly. And Cheryl, how you doing, girlfriend? Cheryl is my cousin, you guys. Okay. Now, Rebecca, whatever endeavor you're starting right now or where you're looking, you're on the right track. Okay. And it could even be it's something that you're feeling. It's all about that star lining your way. And it gets you from where you are now to where you're supposed to be. Hey, sweetie, I'm glad you found me and joined me. I was hoping you would. You're welcome, Julie. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Honey, you want me to pull a card for you? And Will, I have a couple of people before you, but I want to pull that card for you, okay? Miss Ashley, you are up next, dear. Okay, Adrienne, you have a good night, love, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Sweet, sweet dreams, my dear. Okay, Cheryl. Just stick with me for a few minutes, sweetheart, okay? I got a few people ahead of me, or ahead of you. Might give you a little direction, sweetheart. Trust me, I'm the older cousin. I'm wise. I know these things. Anything I can do to help you, honey. Oh, anytime, Adrienne. Anytime. You're welcome, Rebecca. I have to ask, Rebecca, are you planning to move or something? Something going on? Maybe you've been tossing it around and you're not sure if you should or not? And Ashley, you're just wanting a general. Gotcha, honey. I'm going to do yours here in just a sec then. Thank you for clarifying. Sometimes I'll miss if you're asking an actual question, and I hate having to go back up and scroll. It's not that I'm lazy to do it. It's just I don't want to end up ending the video by accident because I'm hit the wrong button, and that will happen, as we saw earlier tonight. So I do appreciate that. But I'm going to give you just a second. Far in the future, you're headed that way, okay? If you're able to start making it happen now, not that you'll do it now, but working towards making it happen now, you're supposed to, okay? Okay, Miss Ashley. Cards are jumping out like crazy tonight, you guys. Okay, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Miss Ashley, your card is our success card. It's our 6 of Wands. It's ruled by fire. Fire rules our passion, drive, desire, motivation, determination, and it transforms us. Okay? So anything that you're passionate about right now, whether it be a job, going back to school, a relationship, making changes at home. Fire also rules our creativity. So it could be any creative endeavor that you're looking at right now. Right now, you're set up for success for it, okay? So you need to start working on it. And this will be by about June, okay? So if you're looking for a career change that you would be more passionate about, you're looking at about June. I feel very confident with that. Okay, Miss Jen. You are up next, dear. And I'm sorry, Jen, what was your question, honey? I forgot to write these questions down. I just put in the order people were saying, and I apologize for that. Let me see if I can go up and see it without messing anything up. I don't want to lose y'all. This is a great group. You guys are awesome. Oh, the ex-Pisces. His energy has totally resurfaced after almost 5 months. Yes, ma'am. Good, Ashley. I wish you the very best. You've got this, girl. You got it. You are quite welcome, okay? Anytime. And as it develops more, or you're working on it, if you have any questions, please let me know. I do these live videos quite often. They're designated for Tuesdays and Thursdays. However, when I have slow time during the week, I jump on and do it. And then I also have private readings that I can do that definitely, we find out a lot in those private readings. We get a lot of direction in those. And those can be worked out various times throughout the week or weekend. And I try and work with your schedule. So, but I wish you the very best of luck in these endeavors. I like seeing that success card. Emily. Okay, Jen. Nostalgia. Our 6 of Cups. Okay. His energy's been resurfacing because he is thinking of you and you are on his mind. To keep from pulling him into your present unless you want him to be there, you need to try and cut that emotional tie. Okay? I hope that helps. But yeah, he's looking at how things were with you all once. Be careful. Exes are an ex for a reason. Just saying. Does that help a little bit, dear? And now Miss Julie. Julie, sweetheart. Girl, we need to talk. When I talk about our major and our minor cards, I'll take this off for a minute because I'm getting a glare on the screen. I can't see the comments as well without my glasses, so it sucks getting a little bit older. Julie. When I talk about major and minor cards, I know you've heard me say it time and time again. Our minor cards tell us details, but our major cards, they're the ones that give us those major life events, okay? Now, I say I will draw one card unless more come out with it. But I'm going to actually draw one more card to go to this one because you've got a Tower card, okay? That's right, Cheryl, it's not. The Tower card is, I'm going to put these back on. The Tower card, when you look, you see that the lightning is striking the tower and it's crumbling, okay? That means a major life event's coming along. That can be a change in job. It could be a change in relationships. It could be the loss of someone in your life. It could be a variety of things. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you guys are going to break up. I'm not saying, oh, gosh, you're going to lose a family member. That's not what I mean. It means there's so many different things that can happen, but they're very significant and they impact your life. Julie, have you noticed that your tastes in food have changed lately? Hey, Cynthia. And I'm going to give you a minute to respond. And then, oh, y'all listen up because this applies to all of us. When our towers crumble, we start changing the way we feel, the way we look at things, the way we analyze things. And I have found that a telltale sign that your tower is going to crumble is your taste in food changes. Things that you used to like, you don't like anymore. Things that you never thought you liked, suddenly they taste good. You want to try it for some reason. You don't know why, you just want to try it. This also goes for activities in your life, okay? It could be that you never cared to paint. All of a sudden, now you want to paint, okay? Or, yeah, it has. Okay, it's because your tower's crumbling, sweetie. There are ways to deal with this. First of all, as scary as it can seem to have a tower crumble, do not fight it. When you fight it, it takes longer to crumble. If it takes longer to crumble, it means it drags out longer and longer and causes more emotional pain and hurt along the way. If we say, you know what, I give up, whatever's supposed to happen, happen, that tower crumbles quickly, and then you start rebuilding. And when you rebuild, you build it with a stronger foundation, okay? I'm not going to dive into your personal and ask what this is about. I'm not going to jump to conclusions on what this is about. I'm just giving you a warning. That's what's prevalent in your life right now, and it needs to be addressed. Yeah, Emily, it means your tower's crumbling. Yep, that's what happens. It's strange. It's very strange how it works, but I have found that every time my tower crumbles, and this will happen quite often during our lives, every time our tower crumbles, we change. And one of the physical ways we can tell is our taste. That changes with it, because we're not who we were before the tower crumbled. We're not going to be, after the tower crumbles, we're not who we were during the crumble. Does that make sense? It's a constant evolution of who we were as we experience that. And Julie, if you want to get together with me and do a private read, if that would help you, let me know. Okay? Same with you, Emily. Because we can see the direction that it's going and we can find out how to deal with it. I used to tell people when I do readings, don't be afraid. I could probably tell you're about to lose your best friend, but you wouldn't have any clue, an idea that it is nearly as bad as other people would perceive it, because you have the tools you need to get through it. So never fear, Julie. I don't want you to sit there and worry and dwell on this, but just know that's what's going on around you. Your tower's crumbling. And it could be that your tower of who you were has crumbled in your life. Okay? Does that make sense? Like you're no longer the Julie that you were this time last year. There's been a lot of changes for you. School, love life. I mean, that's a lot of change. You're quite welcome, Julie. You let me know if I can be of any help. Now, Will, Cheryl, you're after Will. Will, my darling, sweet love, you are always going to be a tink to me. You will always be my sweet, sweet boy. I don't care how old you are, you will be my sweet boy. I felt compelled when I saw your name today, and this happens from time to time. When I do these videos, I may tag you, and you think, well, why is she tagging me? I never watch these videos. Or why is she tagging me? I show up anyway. Or, I'm not interested. If I tag you, it's for a reason, okay? I tag you because I saw your name as I was scrolling through, or you were on my mind that day. And when I saw your name earlier on my feed, it was just like, oh, I got to talk to Will. No problem, Julie. So thank you for showing up here. And I have some words of wisdom for you, my sweet boy. You've been experiencing some restrictions in your grounding and stability, finances, and knowledge. Okay, it's been kind of holding you back and holding you down. Now, if you see some of the, I try and get it up without blinding everybody because the light, as you see, that middle disc is starting to become untangled. Yay. I love you too, sweet boy, always. Use your intuition. This is our Queen of Cups. She is awesome. She is regal. She is very intuitive. She is strong, okay? And you see that she looks up at all around her. She's very mindful of what's going on, and she's one with that water. All right? So, you've been restricted. Use your intuition, and you will have a gain. This is our 9 of discs. You will have a gain in grounding and stability, finances, and knowledge. Are you thinking about going back to school, sweet boy? I will, Emily. I'm going to put you down right behind Cheryl. Feel free to share the video, tag your friends that you think might be interested. All these videos, when I do these on Facebook, and it says free tarot reading, it is. It's one question per person. I should get away from saying one question, one card, because some questions can be answered automatically. Some need extra information around it to help. And so it's one read per person, one question per person, and however many cards jump out. Hey, I don't rule, you guys. I just listen. Oh, tell Daryl I said hey. Okay, Will, you need to do that, sweetheart. Okay, you need to start looking towards doing that. Make it happen. Manifest it, baby. You're welcome, Emily. Tell Daryl I said hello, Cheryl. It's been a long time. Yeah, do that. You need to make a move on that house. I still feel like your education is increasing too, sweetie. It's been holding you back. Use your intuition. Let it guide you on what you need to do next. And it releases all that restriction, and that's where you get that monetary gain. Okay? It could be a new job coming your way then that increases finances. Whatever your gut's telling you to do, honey, you need to follow, okay? I say you sell it and come to Delaware. Shh. At least I'd have one of my kids around me. You're welcome, baby. I hope that helps. Cheryl. We have our Prudence card. It's Earth. It's our 7 of discs. Earth rules our grounding and stability, our finances, and our knowledge. Okay? And this is saying right now you need to use prudence in those areas. You need to be careful. Don't overspend. Don't spend money you don't have. Start saving away a little bit. Okay? Putting back what you can for financial aspect of it. Knowledge. You and I are cut from the same cloth. You know, Will, you need to do that, honey. You need to do that. If that's what your gut's trying to tell you, that's what you need to try and do. It closed? Oh, it does. Okay. Of course. Spouses divorce spouses, sweetie. You don't divorce a brother or sister. It doesn't happen. At least it shouldn't. It's Audrey and Crystal are like this on Facebook, you know. Crystal will always think of Audrey as her sister, and I will always see Crystal as a daughter, always. It doesn't matter that Chris and I are no longer together. Another Chris, you guys. I'm married to a Chris, but I used to be engaged to a Chris. It does not matter. When you love someone as family, you love them as family. So it makes perfect sense that they still think of you that way, honey, without a doubt. Max was Joanna and her first husband's son. Dad married Joanne. Max was already born and was a little boy, but Max will always be my brother. So nothing wrong with that. Your family's growing. Now, Cheryl, you're using prudence in those areas right now because you're going to have a decision to make soon. All right. This is a major card. Major cards tell major life events. Element cards that will have earth, air, fire, or water around it tell us our little details about things, okay? But it doesn't really signify the major event. This is a major event. It is underworld. It is not a bad card, my cousin, I promise. Okay? You see the man standing before the cave. He can either go in and embrace the unknown and take a chance, or he can stay where he feels comfortable, where everything is safe and calm, and he could lose out on something extraordinary. Because if he decides to take a chance, you have the two dragons above. One is green, one is red. We signify that with stop and go. Okay? You also have the faithful boar next to him. All right? When we think of boars, we think of hardiness. Okay? Taking a chance with something in the future is going to pay off for you, something you wouldn't normally do. But for right now, for the next 7 weeks, bide your time with money. Okay? I hope that helps. Miss Emily. Emily, a general read. You guys are awesome tonight. This is some good energy. I'm loving it. Loving, loving, loving. Emily, stop fooling yourself, honey bunch. You're welcome, Cheryl. It may not help with what's going on today, but that's a card for you. Miss Emily, stop fooling yourself on situations. Okay? Your head is getting in the way of heart and vice versa. So shut them both off and listen to gut. Okay? Got to listen to gut. It's very, very important. Gut won't lead us down the wrong path. Gut is self-serving. It protects us. But the card that I pulled, I'm sorry, I guess I should show you. I'm sorry. We have our Ten of Swords. Okay? Do not talk yourself into something that is not there or something that you don't need. Stop overanalyzing. You're driving yourself crazy. Got to stop doing that. Also, this came out as I was shuffling. It's the Lord card. Be assertive for what you want. Let your voice be heard, dear. Okay? And know that you have a great support system surrounding you, even those that you don't necessarily know are there, that kind of blend in. See that? So I hope that helps, my dear. Okay. That was a good mini tonight so far. Awesome. You guys are wonderful. All right, honey. And just like I told your mom, I'm here for you. All you have to do is say the word and we will get on it. Okay? Now, if anyone would like a more in-depth reading that really gets down to the nitty-gritty and we discuss whatever the universe thinks you should know or whatever you want to explore, we do that in a private reading. I do 30 minutes for $50 and an hour for $95. If anyone feels so inclined to tip, the information is in the directions there. Any little bit helps. If not, that's okay. No harm, no foul. I also have a YouTube channel, you guys. I'm getting back into teaching. I took a break for a few years. My mother passed away, and I had to wait until things situated after that. And, okay, Emily, I'm glad you understand. I'm glad it gives you a little comfort. That's what I'm here for. I want to help everybody. I may not be able to do much, but I can read the hell out of a card. And I listen to my gut when I'm reading. Again, like I said, private readings go much more in depth and more detailed, and we can explore things. But yeah, I took a break from teaching for a couple of years. Mom passed away, and I jumped back in it too soon. So I stopped reading again for about the past 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. I'm getting back into it now because I love to teach. I teach basic paganism, and I teach magic. There is a proper way to do magic if you're so inclined to work it. And energy work is what magic is. You're working with energy around you. And there are certain rules to follow when working it. And I teach you about gemstones, herbs, just a little bit of everything. And I've got a class starting here in a couple of weeks. It should start the first week of February. But the YouTube channel, the link is in the description next to the video. Click on that if you would. And click subscribe. Please, 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 please. I'm begging, please. But I do tutorial videos where I touch base on what I'm going to teach. And we just have a quick discussion on it. Sometimes I upload videos from Facebook. It was a really good session. Like tonight, we'll go on Facebook. Or I'm sorry, we'll go on YouTube. But I am working towards doing interviews. So it will be sort of a spiritual chat show. And I've got a couple of amazing, awesome people lined up. We're going to discuss Reiki. We're going to discuss chakras. We're going to discuss essential oils and natural herbs. And I mean, there's a lot of great information to get from that channel. So click on subscribe and then click on the little bell next to subscribe. That way you will get notifications when I upload new videos. So your support means a great deal to me. It's a part of why I do what I do. So, hello, Raymond. Thank you for joining us. So, everyone, is there anyone else that would like to ask a question that hasn't yet or would like a card pulled? I have no problem. What y'all want to talk about then? We still have 8 people here. No, 6, my bad. See, I need new glasses too. Jeez. Tip, y'all, I need new glasses. I'm kidding. Scheduled readings. Oh, Will, I miss her. I do. I miss her a lot. I've told Chris about her. And, you know, I would love her support. I would love for her to be here on every live video. She was always interesting. I loved the way she looked at things. And I thought we got along pretty good. I thought we did. So she is definitely missed. And like I said, if anyone's interested in the classes, let me know. If you don't want to post here, you prefer to keep it quiet. Yeah, I bet you do, love. Losing my mom, I realize what a loss it is. Whether the relationship was good or bad, you only have one mother, and essentially that's the person that's known you more than anyone else has, longer than anyone else has, and knows you better than anyone else does. At least we like to think that. So yeah, I get it. There's not a day that goes by that I don't miss Mumsy. That's what I called my mom, y'all. We do. We all have our moments. I mean, I like to think I'm this pleasant ray of sunshine all the time. But I'm not. I'm human. I have human emotions, human feelings. So yeah, all we can do is take things day by day. And we always strive to be a better person. That's the biggest thing. Go to bed at night with a good, clear head and know you did your best during the day and that you are a decent human being on this planet. And that's all you can hope for. I do believe in collective energies too, everyone. And you'll see that at the end of the video. I talk about collective energies and how we can each be a change, that together our energies can move mountains, you guys. It can create a change, and it can create a change for the better. There's too much hate and negativity floating around in this world, and you know what? It has not solved one flipping problem. Not one. It's made plenty, but it has not solved them. And we've got to steer away from that negative and that hate and ego. Ego is a big thing. We got to get over ego first. I've learned that in my evolution. There's no place for ego in this world, to be honest. That's what stems all the hate and negativity. Your ego starts taking over. And then we miss the lessons we're supposed to get. We have to quiet the ego, and we have to open up the mind and the soul. So, at least that's the way I look at it. And I've seen the more positive energy that I share with people, the more positive comes back to me. Even in the darkest days for me, more positive energy comes back. I mean, I picked up my life at 48 years old, and I moved up to Delaware. I've lived down south my whole life, except for 1 year, about a year and a half or so that I lived in Ohio with my mom, and I was 5. I don't remember that. Everything else was the upstate of South Carolina. And when I went to Texas for 2 weeks, I missed South Carolina like crazy. I'm germophobic, but I tell you right now, when I got off that plane, when I landed in Greenville from Texas, I wanted to fall down on the ground and kiss the ground there. I miss South Carolina so much. But at 48, I picked up everything, including my dog and my husband and my cat. And I come up to Delaware to start a new life, and I love it. You've seen Adriana make waves out of without moving the water. He has, you guys. Like, he and this other girl, Tanya, actually saw Audrey, her emotions being spilled into the water when she was swimming. And it almost knocked me over. And I'm a big woman. But yeah, I had a hard time holding my balance. And we were in water, it was probably midway up my shin. I mean, it wasn't that deep. But the water, and there was no wind. There was no boat on the water anywhere near us to be making those waves. But all you could hear was Audrey behind us laughing and cutting up. She was in such a good mood. She's a water sign. She is a Pisces. And the waves she created from her happiness, her joy, was mind-blowing. That's all I can say. You'd have to experience it to understand. Which is probably why Audrey and I clash too, because she's water, I'm Cancer, but then I'm a Gemini cusp, which is air. And I'm not great, like people come up to me all the time, well, I'm this, what does that mean? I don't know, I can only read your energy. I'm not real big on astrology. Not that I don't believe in it, it's just I'm not well versed in it. I know certain things. I know about my sign. and I know about my kid's sign. My husband happens to be a Pisces. We're all water. But all three of us, funny thing here, Chris is not Audrey's biological father. They are more like friends because Chris is 17 years younger than me. I had my daughter when I was 18. Y'all do the math. You're smart people. Okay? So Audrey and Chris are not like a stepfather or a father and daughter relationship. They're like brother and sister when they get around each other. It's very funny. But all three of us are cusp babies, means we were born in between signs. All of us were born on the water side of that sign, and we revert backwards to the tail end of the sign before us. Does that make sense, or am I losing everybody? Yes, it was very mind-blowing. It was. I'd never seen her do that before. And for those of you still around that have not seen my sweet baby, here's my sweet baby Emma, y'all. She's not too happy about being on camera. It's because I used to take pictures of her all the time when she was a pup. I'm addicted to her. I say this is my drug of choice. She is my best friend. She is my sweet puppy love. Say I'm sweet furry goodness, but she's sleepy right now. And I keep moving around and it bumps her. So I'll have to suck up to her later. But yeah, this is little Emma Rose. I know you guys might see me post sometimes about her, but this is her. Isn't she precious? Yeah, I call her my crotchety old lady. She's 8.5. We've been together almost 8.5 years. Sweet furry goodness. I'm sorry I keep moving you, Emma. No, she's not, Chris. Chris just called her a pain in the ass. I do with Emma a lot. You see more pictures of Emma than you will of me. You see more pictures of Emma than you do of Audrey. It's not that I don't love Audrey, trust me. I say all the time, Emma saved my life, and she did. As a service dog, she has gotten me through some very difficult times, things that other people couldn't. She is, Emily. She's very smart. She's very testy. She gets a brother in the fall. We're having a baby, you guys. Now, when I say that, no, I'm not pregnant, y'all. No, ain't happening. No, I'm too old for that. To me, babies are the sweet furry bundles of goodness. And so Emma gets a baby in the fall because Emma should have retired about now. I should have had a new pup that we were training about 2 years ago, a year and a half to 2 years ago, because Emma will actually help train the new one. She will help lead by example, or she will, the baby will learn by example. But we are going with a boy. And at first I wanted a Maltese. I need something small because I have to carry Emma. She goes on my heart rate and my respirations. But then when I looked up online today, I was reading this morning, I think I'm going to go back with a poodle because Emma's poodle and long-haired Jack Russell mix. I tell her all the time, embrace her inner poodle. She don't listen. Until you put the vest on her, and then she is the best dog usually. But she's getting to where it's a little more difficult for her to work. She's getting more and more crotchety and doesn't want to work. Not always. Like she has certain things she can do when she's working and what she can't do. And here lately she's wanting to play when she's working, especially at the physical therapist because they use one of those big exercise balls and Emma thinks it's hers. She wants to run after it and play. And I've noticed that she's starting to, she won't bite people. She knows better. That is a big no-no for a service dog. That is not allowed. But I'm starting to hear her growl at people if they get too close to my space. So I've made my dog neurotic, y'all. I didn't mean to. After 8 years, it kind of happens. I mean, we kind of favor each other. Believe me, if I didn't have the bottle color, I'd be probably grayer than she is. So yeah, I've rubbed off on her a little too. Emma needs a service puppy. Service dog needs a service dog. So we're going to get a little boy. And I thought, you know, I need something that doesn't shed much because of going to the doctor's offices with her and stuff like that. I never want to bother anyone who has allergies. So I look for an animal who is has less dander. And a poodle is good for that. Plus, they're so smart. Poodles are really intelligent. Don't let anybody tell you any different. They really are. They're very intelligent. And I have to keep them under... Dr. Stingal, welcome. Thank you. Hello to you and yours. But I have to keep her under 5 pounds so I can carry her around. So yeah, we're going to get a little boy. I'm excited. And then Emma can start to retire. Stinks. This has been a great video, you guys. I've been on for an hour and a half now. I am going to have to end this video. I got a few things. Well, not quite an hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes. But I have some homework I'm going to work on. I do have an opening tonight for a private reading of someone in the future. Let me look it up, Dr. Stingal. But I do have a private reading available tonight. If anyone is interested, you can send me a message, and I will be more than happy to get that scheduled. Don't forget to click on the link to YouTube in the description. Go to my YouTube channel, click subscribe if you would. And as Emily informed me, make sure you click the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get updates when I add new videos. And I'm going to start adding videos daily, you guys. At least 10 to 15 minute videos per day. And you will, Dr. Stingal. I know that in my gut that you will. Okay. I've got 2 cards that I want to discuss with you, Dr. Stingal. One is our web card. That means someone around you is going to try and block it, and you're going to feel stuck on your current path, like you're not getting ahead and doing what you're wanting to do. Not true. Okay? Use diplomacy in talking to people. All right? You'll figure out how to read whoever it is trying to block you. And your diplomacy will get you what you need. Within 7 years, expect that to happen where it will be fully functional. I love you too, sweetheart. You have a great night, okay? And blessed be. Hi, Sherry. Hope you're doing well. This was a busy night. Yes, the outcome is good. It's just going to be a little bit of a struggle. That's all. Because not everybody's going to see your innovative ideas as something that could be tangible. Yes. Yes. And you just have to think about how to talk to them and how to get it across to them and then make it happen. You just got to use diplomacy when you're talking to them. Yeah, it's still young though, Dr. Stingal. 55 is more like the new 35, you guys. I mean, I'm almost 49 and yeah. You felt a cold breeze blow by you inside? Say hello. Mumsy's been running around lately. You never know where she shows up. And you have enough family members that have crossed over. That's to you, Cheryl. Yep, see? You get it, Dr. Stingal. 55 is not what it used to be. When I was younger, I would think of 55 and think, oh, gosh, life's almost over. Oh, gosh, life is picking up. I plan on traveling the world by the time I'm 55. I figure by that time I've earned it. And I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, Cheryl, it could be mom, it could be anyone. It could be your grandparents, your cousin. You just don't know. If it doesn't feel bad, don't worry. Acknowledge. If you feel uneasy with it, tell it to go. You don't have to be rude, just you're not welcome here. But if it feels like there's a familiar vibe to it and you can't quite put your finger on it, it's probably a family member that's checking in on you. You've had a bad day. And that's what they're doing. Okay? All right, everyone. I am going to close this video out now. It has been a very busy night, a very productive night. I thank everyone who stuck around for the video. I thank everyone who's been involved. And it didn't feel good, then tell it to go, Cheryl. Tell it to go, and I'll send protection your way too. It could be that you opened up your mind tonight when I was telling you about the cards, and that just kind of, I mean, you live in an apartment building. There's a lot of energy floating around. And they're like, oh, someone paid attention. Okay, come through. If it didn't feel good, surround yourself, surround your home in a bright, warm, light white, and know that a white light, and know that nothing can get through. And I'll send protection your way, sweetheart. All right, we're going to close this video out. I thank everyone, like I said, who stuck around, who's involved. I think this is the most I've done in one night. It's amazing. I love it. We've had some really good energy. As always, practice kindness and compassion. It goes far. And as I said earlier, we can be a collective change in this world. Hate and negativity have gotten us nowhere. So it's time to stand up and make changes happen. Okay? So again, thank you for anyone who joined in tonight. If you want a private reading, let me know. I can get you in. I do have one appointment open tonight. The rest would be later in the week. But we will definitely get you taken care of as soon as possible. All readings are free. However, if you feel so inclined to tip, it is greatly appreciated. And there's information in the description area that will tell you about that. I accept PayPal, Chime, Facebook Pay, and Cash App right now. So any little bit helps, and it's, like I said, it's always appreciated. And if you want that private reading, just message me. I should be back online tomorrow night for a short time. It'll be earlier in the evening, however. So I will post on my Facebook page tomorrow what time I'll be coming on. Don't forget to click on the YouTube link in the description. Click subscribe, please. And click on the bell for notifications so that you'll know when I upload a new video. And those are going to start coming out daily. So everyone have a great night. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Much love, many hugs, and namaste.